Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today we are doing a review for My Hero Academia, Episode 8, Match 3 Conclusion. And joining me today is the homie Trav, co-host of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. How you doing today, Trav?
I'm back. I missed a week.
Hey, it's been a
Missed 2
minute,
weeks,
man. Hey, I've been riding solo. Isn't that a Jason Derulo song?
Yeah,
Riding
that's
solo?
right.
Okay.
Hey, he ain't riding a solo no more, though.
Hey, he's not, man. So before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So Trav, you ready to go?
Hey, I'm ready to talk about my boy Ida.
Bro, this episode, man, it was really, really good. It's like I was speechless. Like after
that jaw drop.
Yeah, after seeing the conclusion when the tower dropped, because I really thought that, Class 1A had this one in the bag. But one of the things that I loved about this episode was that it was a toss-up because, when it first started in last week's episode, it looked like Class 1B had this. It's just like, one of the things that I've been saying in my reviews for this show is that Class 1B, it's like they always they're direct with their attacks and whatnot, whereas Class 1A, they're more tactical. You know what I'm saying? Tactical.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like I want to check to see where they are and everything, but nah, Class 1B, they're just like, nah, we're gun-hoing it and we're going in. All of the characters in Class 1B, it's like I feel like that they all did amazing jobs. Everybody in Class 1A did an amazing job. Seeing everybody in Class 1A's new abilities in this episode, like they really shine, especially Ida. Ida really shined in this episode, and I want to give a shout out to Shoji too, because Shoji, he's just always been the 6-arm man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in this, they had the JoJo reference where he was fighting Rocketti, and when she had shot the horns at him, and then like he was doing the or like from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And she thought she had him, and then that hand came from behind, grabbed the horn, and he was just like, he hit the stone cold. He said,
That's right, he did.
And then your boy Ojiro, he came jumping in, and he wrapped that tail around her. I'm just saying, man, like all of this was sweet, but I want to take it back, and I want you to talk about, because like you said, your boy Ida, you felt like he was the shining star of this episode. Let's talk about it, Trav. How did you feel when you saw him in the opening and he came bursting out of that ice? Like,
what? Hey, he got that. What is it? The Recipro?
The Recipro.
The Recipro Turbo?
Recipro. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Hey, president of the class finally getting some shine.
Yeah.
He's a leader, and he was leading, and he was doing his thing. Cool that they got the backstory on the family.
Yeah,
and how like this technique's been passed down from generation to generation.
All from the grandfather.
Hey, what was it? They called it the mufflers. You had to clean out the mufflers, and it looked painful too, bro.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of when Deku was using One for All at 100% in the Heroes Rising movie. And remember when they were fighting 9 and all you saw was just blurs and it was just really colorful. That's what this really reminded me of. But yeah, I thought that Ida, like he really shined in this episode. When Ojiro was fighting Spiral, one of the things, I don't know if all of the students have, equipped themselves with, like the extra supplies and whatnot. But, Spiral, he had the tips on his finger. Yeah. And speaking of Spiral, me and D, we're going to go see that tonight. And I believe we're going to be doing a movie on Saw Spiral. So if you've seen the movie, let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it?
Doing a movie on the movie?
Yeah, we're doing a movie on the movie. So okay. I got to name drop that Spiral. Chris Rock, Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson is one of my favorite actors. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie tonight.
And that's Daddy Samuel.
But yeah, man, it was an amazing fight between everybody. Pinky's up to Tetsu as well. It's like he was coming after Todoroki. He was shooting the ice at him. He was just like, get out of here. He was shooting the fire at him. He said, get out of here. He just coming at him. And
Hey, he said I've been sitting in pizza ovens, bro.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing.
now, Trav, now this is something that I've brought up on Facebook before, how a lot of students in class 1A, like when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, some of them aren't really efficient at this. And we saw that with Todoroki. Like, what was your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked because he's so used to overwhelming people with his massive ice structures and that amazingly hot heat. So he ain't got the hand-to-hand combat like some of them got. And then Homeboy, all he got is hand-to-hand combat.
Who, Ojiro or Tatsu?
No, Ojiro.
Yeah.
Versus some of the other people in Class 1A, where it's like they got all these abilities. Really, he just got hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. And what's interesting about this is because, I was having this conversation with D, and I had told him, I'm just like, okay, so we saw what happened when Lemillion had got shot with the Quirker racing bullet, and he was still able to fight, in hand-to-hand combat. But imagine if it was Deku who got shot with it. Like, Deku, he just has raw strength. And we've never seen him, use any of his abilities at 0% without using one for all. So it's like if Deku would have lost it, Deku would have been screwed,
And that's for all three of them, the big three,
Yeah, Bakugo too. Like
Bakugo, he's nothing without his fire abilities.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I know that Ochako, that was one of the things that she learned when she was doing the training under a hero, when she was doing the sidekick stuff.
Right, yeah.
Not sidekick. What was it? That
I forgot. It was the internship program.
Yeah, when they were doing the internships. Yeah, she wanted to learn how to do hand-to-hand combat because, I mean, if she gets, in close quarters, what if you can't touch the person? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you, like I said, if you lose your quirk. So we saw that with Todoroki, like Tetsu, and he was just giving them hands. Now, perhaps something else that I noticed too, I don't know if they had mentioned this when they had put the rounds together, or if it was kind of like a random draw. Was it a random draw when they
allegedly?
Okay, yeah, because it feels like that. It's like each group of students, it's like they were prepared for this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no way that Tetsu was already training in pizza ovens. You know what I'm saying? It feels like that. Class 1B, they have not really been out there in the fields. Class 1A, they have been out there. Everybody knows their abilities and whatnot. And I feel like because we see how Vlad King has been, how he's been biased with his students.
Yeah.
It's just like I feel like that. And this goes to a man, I can't remember his name, the teacher, Azawa. It's like, I feel like this is a test. Azawa is testing his students because it's just like, they don't really know much about Class 1B.
Well, of course, it's random by the storyline in the show, but obviously for writing purposes, they booked them that way because you notice every time they face off, the person from 1B has viewed the other person they're fighting from 1A as a rival. So that's why he was training in pizza ovens, because he saw Todoroki in the tournament thing, and he's like, I'm gonna get that guy. So and it went to the last battle too with I can't remember her name.
With Momo, and I know who you're talking about. I can't remember.
Yeah, but whoever Momo was fighting, that was she looked up to Momo as her measuring stick.
I think it's Kendo. Her. Kendo, right? That's her name?
Man, I don't know.
Kendo.
We're going to roll with Kendo.
No, that is her name, Kendo.
But that's how it's always been for these battles. It's the measuring stick. And for this next battle, it's going to be Deku's the measuring stick for Homeboy, when they face off.
Yeah, because
that's kind of how they've written it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now, something else I wanted to touch on was Mudman. It's like when he saw Ida coming at him and going real fast, it reminded me of Friday where Debo, he said, "You want some of this too, old man?"
Yeah.
Like, no. he sunk right below and started swimming away. And it was just funny because it's like Budman was just like, I know I can't stop Ida, but I can help out my other classmates. And that's what he did. And he's the reason why it came to a draw, because we saw that Todoroki, he went plus ultra. He he had the flashback with Midoriya where he was just like, this is my quirk. I need to use this fire. And also, too, that's something that Mudman says to Todoroki. He's just like, if you would have came at us,
with fire instead of ice.
Yeah, exactly. Because he couldn't melt. I mean, not melt, but he couldn't turn the ice into mud. You know what I'm saying? So because he made a solid surface for them, it was easy for them to separate everybody. But I will say that it was cool seeing Todoroki power up, and I wanted to see what this attack was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of similar to when they show all of the users of One for All, and then he catches it in his hand. Like that's what it seemed like was about to happen with Todoroki. But hopefully we see this in the future because he got knocked unconscious. But he was able to take out Tetsu, which was really cool. But yeah, now I want to ask you this about the ending. So Rocketti, she ends up picking everybody up because it's just her and Shoji left. And she says that because she has everybody that she's being weighted down. Now, her best thing to do is to go up to the sky. Now, this is my thing that I thought of, but I want to ask you yours first. Like, what do you think could have been done differently there with Shoji? Because we see that now he can stretch his arms to a really long ability with his quirk now, and she was already carrying people and she was weighted down. Like, what are some different scenarios that you could have seen playing out at the end?
Honestly, I never even gave it much thought till you said something. So, hey, you put me on blast again with the questions.
Hey, that's what I did. Well, look, let me go ahead because I thought about this when I was working out at the gym. So, because we see that Shoji can stretch his arms out, like I don't get like why he didn't like just try to grab onto something like Luffy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And climb the towers and get her. But then also too with Rocketti, she could have easily had set 2 people down and then took one of the other students back to the prison so that way that they could have won. But I feel like that it was one of those things where it's like both of them were under pressure. Excuse me. Both of them were under pressure and like they were just like
not thinking clearly.
Exactly. But I mean, that was something that I thought of. What about you? Did you think of anything yet?
No, but I did. They went extra hard on the animation. Like, obviously, it always looks really good, but they went extra hard with the animation. Like when Ida was skating around the stuff, I mean, they had like shadows and like shading, and they went like the extra mile to like really do it up, and it was super impressive. And then I liked how we got like the Endeavor stuff, like Endeavor encounters a situation and then they talking about him texting Todoroki trying to like redeem himself as a father. I like where this is going with the Endeavor storyline between him and Shoto.
Yeah, man, it was pretty interesting, man. And then also too, like on the outside, I just love how Deku is always just taking notes on everybody and just seeing, this is the reason why this person lost. This is the reason why this person didn't get the advantage. Something else I wanted to bring up was just the fact that how after the battle was over, it's just like everybody, they knew what they could improve on. And they all said that they wanted to fight each other again. So that way that they can continue to grow strong. And that's something that I love about this series is that it's like, none of us are perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all have our flaws, but this is the things that we need to work on. Like with Ida, I need to be faster. With Todoroki, I need to start using my fire more. You know what I'm saying? It's like these are the things that I hope to see as the series continues, man. And then just to see what's going to happen on next week's episode, man. It's like, I wonder, now this is what I think is going to happen. I feel like Bakugo feels like he has something to prove. And I think that he's going to try and take out everybody on Class 1B by himself. Because, I mean,
I could see that.
Because you see how Jiro was just like, what do you mean, Bakugo? And like, he's just sitting there grinning. And I mean, like on this team, you got Bakugo, you have, what's his name? Not Shadow. What is his name? Cellophone, the tape man. It's not Shoji. I'm mad I can't remember his name right now. Trav, you know what it is? Stero.
Who?
The tape guy. The guy
the tape dude. Okay.
So you got Bakugo, Sero, Jiro, and then you have Sugar Ran. And I just can't wait to see what's going to happen in this round. And it's interesting that this is the round before Deku's round. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been cool if we would have saw Bakugo in the first round. just to see what, you know, him and his team could do. But this is going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen in round 4. But overall, it was a really good episode. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And yeah, Trav, any last thoughts on the episode?
Hey, I'm just looking forward to next week.
Hey, same here. So with that being said, thank you for watching the episode. Hop in the comments. Let us know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think that the episode was going to end in the draw? Like, let us know. Let's talk about it. What do you think is going to happen in round 4? Trav, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
That's right. You can find me on Instagram at ZK Audio or on the Twitter at TravioszK. And if we talk of my hero and we need a hero, where we going to find one at?
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And you can look me up on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to be able to contact Mr. Zuckerberg.
That's right, you do. That's right, you do.
Up right there, but hey, y'all know what it is. We say the same lines at the end of every episode, so y'all know what it means. Make sure that you check out some of our reviews and our interviews that we have coming up and that we already have on the channel. And we'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Keep that pinky up. Stay positive. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.